Well, good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you can hear me. Give me a 1 or a yes in the comment section. I'd appreciate it. Excellent. Thank you. I hope it's been a good trading day for you yesterday. It was a fantastic day. Hopefully you were here. You took some of the trades that we listed out there yesterday in your practice account to get you started. As we get in here this morning, as we do every day, keep in mind that everything we look at is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. Appreciate you guys giving me the ones in there. Thank you so much. What I want to start off with first is, well, let's do this, right? Hey, guys, if you like what you see here, don't just follow us on Facebook, although we do appreciate that. There's so many other social platforms. I think I did 3 or 4 other videos yesterday that we sent out. So make sure that you are getting involved and following us on the various social platforms. We have links to all of these down below in the description, so you can grab each of that. All right. Now, with that, let's go ahead and start off by looking at the futures from this morning. All right. Hopefully, TradeStation plays nicer today than it did yesterday. Let's see. All right. So we're looking at the ES. Which is the S&P 500. And you can see that we've had a nice little move on the ES. We're up about 17 points. Hold on a second. I'm not current. There we go. That's more better. So we're up about 17 points. Had a nice little move there coming right out of the gate on the open last night. We went flat into the European Open. And then we took off about 5:30, 6 a.m. this morning. We had a nice burst to the upside. So we're up 17 points right now on ES. So I like that. YM, yum. So YM, a little bit different pattern. It's kind of been up the whole time. We really haven't seen that give back along the way. We're up 144 points. Good move for the YM. Listen, everybody loves these huge days, right? Give me 500 points. Give me 800 points. Man, if we can get consistent 100, 150 points, 50 points, 80, 100 points to the downside, then 100, 150 points, I will be ecstatic over that. That's what's been missing from the market is the consistency. It's the huge moves up and then the crashing down. It makes it very difficult for traders to get systematically profits in the market. One of the biggest reasons we've been so successful in Pop, and the reason I'm bringing it up is I'm running all the numbers right now for tomorrow night's Mastering the Trade training, which is everybody that's in Power Option Plays comes to that training. It's included in their subscription. And I'm running the numbers, and I'm seeing how many 4 contract trades versus 10 contract trades. And normally that's a big gauge for us. But more importantly is in the beginning of 2021, we did a lot more 10 contract trades. We did a lot more of the directional trades, meaning swing trades, than we did the day trades. We're doing much more day trades now than we were originally in the beginning of the year. Hence, we're not doing as much swing trading as we were. We saw better results with day trades than we did with the swing for the year, but that's if you only took one contract. If you took the entire lot, we did extremely well, whether it was day or swing. Of the 20 stocks that we trade, and I think it was 22, 23, because we changed some through the year, we only had one company, that went against us last year. And that was it. And it was less than $2,000 we lost on that stock. We had trades that went against us, but in the overall, if you take Apple, they were the only one that we lost money on last year. It was Apple. And we've actually switched them out. So I like these steady runs. I really do. I'm a big fan of it. I like to see these kinds of days. Nasdaq right now is up 28 points. So, if you look at their open, kind of muted. A little rise up, gave it all back again. And then the European Open is where they took off, but then they gave it all right back again about 6 a.m. as our market started to get bigger, right? And I saw a news story out this morning that says, "Oh, Apple is in the news today." Oh, what's going on with Apple? Oh, they're getting closer to $3 trillion. All right, that's not a reason to be in the news. It is, but it isn't. They're not. It's not a moving news. It's not a market moving event. That news, right? Oh, we hit $3 trillion. So does Apple go up because of it? Are people really going to say, now is the time to buy? It's not a market moving event, right? It's news, but not something that's going to make me any money in the market. How about that? Then we're going to flip over to the RUT, RTY. Liking where the RUT is right now. 22.77.5. We're up about 8 points. Beautiful, good steady run all day today on the run. When it comes to Bitcoin, we're at about 47 right now, 47K. Right, so a good climb for the day. A lot of stair stepping going on there. Taking the stairs, not the elevator, which is always a good thing. Gold is very much muted on the day. It's flat-ish. It's up 2.9, 3 points right now. Nothing really there. Crude oil. Yesterday, we saw that big slide take place into the open, and then we took off from there. We really went sideways until about 5 a.m. this morning. We had a nice push. We gave it back, but this time gave us higher lows, higher highs, and we're sitting with another higher high now. We're at $77. So a little bit of an increase there. We're up about 71 cents on oil. And then nat gas is up about 1.5% right now on the market. So nothing crazy, but a little bit of a move in there. All right. So with that, here's next. Guys, I want to look at the candidates from yesterday. Right. I want to look at some of the trades that we called out yesterday and share with you where we're at and what's happened with those. And at the same time, this is a segment where I ask you, I share with you, you share with me. Right. I ask you to tell me the things that you're trading. Right. What did you trade yesterday? Did you take any trades? Did you take any of the trades that we gave? And if so, how did you do? You don't have to say I made $500 or $200. You could say I'm up 3%, 8%. Awesome trade. We crushed it. Alan's usually really good with stuff like that. Coming up with some quick wit on based on the symbol, the company's name. So drop that info in and let me know. Yeah, Ed, I appreciate it. You saying that. Ed said, yeah, me too. And that was to the movements. Ed is a scalper, Ed, right? He is a futures trader. He trades YM all the time. And, he's saying, yeah, I'd rather have those steady moves than have this crazy 700-800 points. Give me 100 points every day and I'll be fat, dumb, and happy because I can control that move. The whipsaws become very hard to deal with, right? So let's go over and take a look-see. And where do I see it? Too many papers here today. All right, so yesterday we looked at AMD. So I'm going to open up this full screen today, this morning, on with the pre-market data in it, right? So yesterday, let's get a little more. Okay, yesterday we had a gap up, and we kind of had a nice little sideways drift rising up on AMD. I had said to look at a bull put spread below the 142s. I said to look at a call option on AMD. I watched AMD out of the gate, and they took a nice run to the upside, and it was a little hard to take that initial trade, right? Even if you look at the first 1 minute candle, it was big, right? We had this great pullback and a close near the 8 on the bounce, and those of you that have been following along with me for a while know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So we're talking about taking an entry on AMD at about 147. It closed up on the day at about 150. So call option, great trade for the day. If you decided that you were getting out before lunchtime or you waited for the pullback below the 8 moving averages in there, which is a critical one for me, you still had a really nice gain in there. Even with a 70 delta on a $2 move, you had $1.50-ish profit in there before gamma change. So we did well on that. Bull put spread, we were looking at the 142s yesterday, right? I said it had to be below the 142s on AMD. I got to change this because my option chain wasn't open. Right, if we look at the 142 puts, right? Right now, the 142s are trading at 67.53. I think we were like 30 or 40 cents yesterday is what we were looking at on this, right? So you're still, there's still some cost in there to wind out of the trade, but overall, doing well on it, right? So AMD was number one. Robert said traded AMD with a bull put spread intraday and closed out with a small profit. There you go. Profit is profit is profit. Extra Touch said profitable credit spread on Tesla. That's one of the next ones I've got on my list. One of them for today, so that's excellent. Extra Touch. Sean's watching ACN today. APA covered calls, John said. Excellent, John. I like APA. Karen did an AMD trade. How'd you do, Karen? Here we go. Alan, gloomy Google and MasterCard magic. There we go. I told you. Alan's a silver-tongued devil. Paula said AMD, LIMU, all demos still in. All right. How's it going overall on those three for you right now? Because Micron was not one that I did yesterday. Well, I'll share the other two with you in a minute. Let's see. Missed the entry on Adobe. Sean said out on $12.50 move to the down. Missed out. All right. Well, hey, there's always the next day, Sean. It's always today, right? Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. Good. Well, I appreciate you guys sharing that. Next was PayPal. They got an upgrade yesterday, right? So PayPal moved sideways on that announcement. They drifted off into the open, and then they bottomed out at about where they were that previous day. Let me actually bring this back a little bit, right? So we could snap a line right about in here. You could see from the previous day, that was the hesitation we had going into the end of the day. There was some support there. So we used it as support, lower highs. We broke, retested, and failed. So with the move up yesterday, I looked at that as a potential bounce point, right? We got the move up off of there. We came back up above the moving averages. We retested and we bounced. So right around that 192-ish level is your entry. We ran into the close about 194, 195. I did a call option on it, picked up a small profit for it. So overall, not too shabby. But the creme de la creme was Tesla. I hear the package police running upstairs. She must, yep, there she goes barking. She must see somebody outside. Doesn't matter. You can't walk. If she sits on my big dog, the Pit that we have, she's a Pit hound. She sits on the bed and looks out the window. And if she sees you 2 blocks away, she's barking at you. It's like, you don't belong near our house. That gap up, we came right out of the gate. Quick move up, quick retest of the 8 and a bounce. There was an opportunity on both a call option, which we said yesterday, right, for Tesla, day trader call, or a bull put spread, right? So if you look on that bounce in there, which was about, call it 1150 just for math purposes. By the end of the day, you're at 1196. So you got about a 40, 42, 45 point move to the upside yesterday on this bull put spread. We crushed it. If you remember, I didn't write the strike down. I don't have my details from yesterday's trades in front of me, just what I wrote on our tracking sheets for today. I'd have to go into my actual account. But if you remember, we were looking at options that were $14 yesterday that had a 65, 68 delta. So we did extremely well on these, and others did well as well. I just didn't trade them all. I think we only had 2 companies that did not go in our direction yesterday. So guys, follow along and paper trade them if nothing else, right? So with that, let's go ahead and jump into today's candidates. Ford is first, right? Now, Ford is taking orders on their F-150, the electric vehicle. They're going to start taking orders this week. So they've got a small move to the upside based on that. They're a weekly optionable stock. What did I do with my pen? There we go. Wrong desk. So they're a weekly optionable stock. So I like Ford. So very first thing for me on Ford is a naked put and a covered call. Ford's a tough cookie for me to say, ooh, let's go ahead and take this one as a directional trade, right? And the reason for it is Ford moves about 75 cents a day. Not that you can't make money off of that, folks. You can, but I'd rather reserve that. If I've got to work really hard to get $2 of profit, let's say, I'd rather do it without putting in all the effort. Let me go ahead and put the trade on. Look for my 3% a month, 4% a month, 5% a month, and not worry about it. 3% a month, you double your account in 2 years. So don't squawk at that with a portion of your portfolio, right? But I do like Ford, period, right? So we'd be looking at a naked put. Actually, let's do this. We're going to do the snappy snap right there. Nope, wrong one. All right, so down below 20.5 is the strike I'd be looking at, right, on my naked puts. But again, I'm looking where we are about a 20 delta. So 21 is the closest I'm going to get to that 20 delta. I'm okay with that. It's only 50 cents away. It's 7. So we could pick up 15 cents on Ford right now for the 21 strike, which means they could force me to buy it at 21. And if they did right now, using today's numbers, I would be running out the 22. We're not right with our numbers. Pricing is off because of the move today. We've got a 100 delta on this. We're in the money on that option. So I can't, they haven't adjusted pricing for it today yet. So I can't tell you, but I would look to sell the next covered call, which in this case would be the 23. So we'd pick up another 10 or 15, 20 cents on that as well. So I like Ford naked put covered call, right? So that's number one in the books. FL, Foot Locker, right? Downgrade by JP Morgan. When I write the name down, they're important. If you don't know that, you don't know who they are, who's important, who's not, as I write them down or say them, you should write down and keep a little list of these are the important ones. Plenty of companies out there upgrade and downgrade, and we list them, but we don't list out who they are unless they're big. JP Morgan big. So Foot Locker right now is down $1.82. So we'll be looking at a bear call spread on Foot Locker. They move on average $1.50 a day, a little bit under where I like to see the movement for my day trade, swing trades. So bear call spread is what we're going to be looking at here. So what we'd be looking for if we're trading right now at about 43, in an ideal world, we're looking at above 45. I don't know if Foot Locker is going to give us enough premium for it, but again, that's an ideal world. So if we're looking at above 45s, well, actually, as of yesterday, there's great premium in there, right? So we've got 45s and 46s. We're looking at 35 cents for a $1 spread. I'll take it. But no joke, if I can pick up 10 cents for the 46 half, all over it. For a 50-cent spread, that's 20%. I would be glad to take it. 25%. So bear call spread is what we're looking at for Foot Locker. General Electric, upgrade. See, I didn't say who it was. I don't care. It wasn't a big name. That really mattered to me. When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. By the way, guys, what stocks do you want me to take a look at? Drop those in. Start putting them in now, building that list out. So when I'm done here, we'll jump right into those. So General Electric was an upgrade. Of course, there are weekly options on GE. They bring good things to light. 97.71 of $1.50. We're looking at a bull put spread on GE. Not normally a company that I would try to day trade. So when we look at General Electric, on average, they move about $2.25 ish a day. All I'm doing, guys, when I come here, I look at this Fibit column, I cut that in half, and that gives us Wilder's average true range. This is just double Wilder's. That's all Fibit is. All right, so we're going to be looking at a bull put spread. Toyota, TM. I love the move. Hate the fact that they are monthly options only. Their next option is 17 days away, right? So they are on my list, but they're not my top candidates for the day, all right? So when we look at Toyota, they had operations news, something about building their own plant. They're going to be self-sustaining in 2025 or something. Big news for them. They're not going to rely on some of the other companies that build for them, I guess. So great move. They're $193 stock. I would be looking at a bull put spread on TM. UAA is our next one. Where are you? UAA. All right, which is Under Armour. Weekly options on Under Armour. Good move. They're up about 78 cents right now. They were an upgrade. Also, weekly options on them. So we could be looking at a naked put or a covered call. So let's go look at UAA and see what they've got. And let's go see what kind of premiums we can get. All right. So first thing is I'm not a fan of the pattern, right? I see, yeah, they got an upgrade, and there's the news. And guys, here's me, right? I find the news, and if I wasn't doing these shows here in the morning with you guys, this training, I would be looking at these immediately once I found them and putting them on my list or taking them off. I wait. I reserve the time of looking at the chart, so I have no bias when I get to the chart. I reserve the time of looking at the chart for when we're here. This is real time of what's going on in my head. Scary place. I don't want to let you in, but it's real time what's going on in my head right now of what I see in the chart itself, right? So when I take the trade, right now we're sitting at 22.08. This is 22.20. I've got a line snapped in here. Not sure what it is. I've got to go back and look. So maybe a little more. Okay. So we had here. All right. There was the gap. There was, okay. So important level there. But 22.20, we're sitting at 22.08 right now. So what is that telling me? We bumped our head up there already. We're sitting at a resistance level. We may have run the day already in the pre-market. If that's the case, guys, I don't want to be getting into a long position or a bullish position, covered call long, bullish, just period of doing a naked put. I would prefer to see it get above that 22.20 level and continue to climb. So if we can move up above there, pull back and bounce, I'll look at it as a potential entry. So above 22.20 is what I'm going to write down for UAA. So not my favorite candidate, but if we can get above the 22.20 level, retest it and bounce, we've got an opportunity. All right, we've got WMG is another monthly option. There was a sale. I think the guy that did the sale was an insider, I think. So that sale that took place has triggered, people to go, oh, wait a second, why are they selling? Right? But it's down $1.85. It's a $41 stock. I will be looking at a bear call spread. Monthly options. So again, it's going to be on the bottom of my list of I can't trade anything else. This is one that's got some possibility to it. Right? And then that's the last one of the newsy ones. I'm a big NVIDIA fan. Love them as a company. I love what they do as a company. I love them as a trading vehicle. All of it, right? Not expensive options, which I'll share with you guys in just a minute. And you can see we had a nice little pop-up today. We're up about $2.50. If we hold, all right, let's go look at the daily chart. All right, we closed up at that 301 level, just above that 300 I've got snapped in there. Actually, let's bring it a little bit. Let me take this down. All right, so just above that 300 level, we're sitting at 303 3/4, call it 304. We've got the room up to 308. We did it yesterday, right? We made the move up there yesterday. I mean, this thing moves $14, $13 a day, something like that, right? To buy an option on this, to day trade it, look for Delta. We've got 72, $8.23. Look at the bid-ask spread, 810 by 35. Tight spreads on this position right now. Some of them are a little bit bigger, but overall, not bad whatsoever, right? So one contract, would cost you $823, right? Now, for some, it may be too much, and I get it. Let me say it this way. I love the Amazons of the world and the Googles of the world and so forth. But I love the NVIDIAs, the Netflixes, where they are a more reasonable price. I'm not in the trade going, oh my God, if it whips against me on Amazon, I'm down 30 grand when I go and blink, right? And get myself in a whole heck of a lot of trouble. So you've got some opportunity here on NVIDIA. Quick bounce up to that 308. I'd be looking at that 297.5, assuming everything remains the same, right? We may wind up getting the 300 if we move up a little bit. But if we move up too much in here, we're going to lose out on the opportunity because that 308 level is going to be violated already. We're already sitting at 303. In an ideal world, I'd look for a pullback and a bounce, but you may wind up with just a small move to the upside as an entry. So, all right, kind of a bonus one for today. All right. So with that, Robert's asking for, so give me your candidates, folks. Drop them in. This is last call for alcohol. QQQ. is the very first one. Ooh, I like that. We need Brenda in here, Robert, right? Brenda is in our Power Hour, which we teach each and every Monday, guys. And in that training, she asks about the Qs every week, and she trades it religiously. Huge dollars she trades in Qs, and she asks for us to look at Qs each and every week, right? And guys, if you really want to learn the how and the why of what to do, right? I have spent the last 1 year, over 1 year. My team's been working on it for a year. I spent the last 1 year setting up this free, training that I'm going to be doing. It's coming up shortly this month. We're doing a free training called 30 Days to Success, right? Sean just dropped the link in there for you. 30 Days to Success, folks. I'm going to take you through and show you what it takes that in 30 days, I'm going to move you from where you are, not to where you want to be. You're not talking about a $2,000 account to a $2 million account in 30 days. But I'm going to move your skill set, your knowledge from where you are and dramatically increase it. It doesn't matter. If you're a brand new trader, if you're watching this by fluke, you just found something live on YouTube and you hit enter and you're watching this training and you're like, oh my God, but I've never done anything in the market before. I don't even own a mutual fund, a stock, nothing. Is this really for me? Yeah, in 10 days from when we start, you will place your very first trade. That's how powerful this training is, right? I'm going to share with you all the details behind this, folks. So it's a free training. Go ahead and grab that training that Sean put that link in there, right? It's going to take you over to that link, and you can register for all four. There's 4 of them that I'm teaching. They're all the same, but you can register for any of those 4 trainings in there, all right? So with that, and the reason I've thought of it is I talked about Brenda, and she registered for it yesterday. So we're up above that 401 level, Robert. I'm looking for the bounce and the increase. Right now on QQQ, we are pre-market. We're at, come on, it's still on NVIDIA. We're up about $1. So we're at 402.5. Very nice. 407 3/4 is our resistance, Robert. And we've been there before. It's not like this is an undoable thing. We've been there before. This may make a great zero-line breakout trade for us. All right. Sean's asking for ACN. All right, so ACN, I need me a new fib. So yeah, we're going to come from here. Let's pull that back a little bit more. And let's pull that one out. Let's do the scrunch. Let me see if I can find this puppy. Boy, those are old. Trying to get rid of those lines that are showing up right now. They are back from 2017. Okay. Let's see. 17.5, 413. So yeah, we're good. We don't need a fib in there. So on ACN, Sean, we came down to the moving average, but we need to get back above that 413.5 level, retest it and bounce, which you see has been a problem, right? We push up, we retest, and we're not breaking above. So I'd probably be looking for the move above that 417 level to take the entry. That would be my trigger. Is probably about 417, right? Paula's asking for SPY. We need the S for SPY. There we go. So our all-time high for about 479. We're sitting at 477.72 yesterday. We're going to be up above that now. Let's see where we are. Just running on the option chain to get an intraday price. We're at 479.35. So we are at an all-time high right now for SPY, right? For the pre-market. We still got to get there on the open market for it to be there. But we're there now. Who's asking? Paula on SPY. So I would day trade it, but be very careful of anything you're going to do here because we're right at that 479 and you're pretty tight above. We've got room to run a 481. So I'd be cautious. I would day trade off pivots on this, if anything. Right? And then Ed's asking for Riven, R-I-V-N. Oh, let's do that here. All right. So, and rain came down. All right. Newer company, as many of you know, right? Deals with Amazon and Ford and all that good stuff, right? So right now they got back above. When we look at moving averages, we don't even have them yet, right? Ed, we've got one, the 8. There's not enough time for the other moving averages to have really built any effort in there. So we're sitting at that 102.72 level. We've got 109 is our resistance. We're a little high on the distance of the moving average to the fib line. I wouldn't mind that if that was a little bit closer. But if you can get the bounce, right now we're up 18 cents today. Not really a bounce for me, but 109.38 is our resistance on it. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Listen, get registered. Get registered. I could see on the computer, the other computer, I could see over there that how many people have registered already. So thank you for that. But come on in there, folks. It will change the way you trade. And it's free. It's a free training that we're doing. Right? So go get registered. Sean, drop that link back in there again if you would. With that, go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel here. You'll get reminded of all of the trainings that we do week in and week out, day in and day out. We do something live on YouTube pretty much every day of the week, multiple times a day on particular days, certain days. So make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, everyone. I will see you tomorrow at our next one. Bye for now.